to unite. Stories help us to connect, share ideas, communicate our whys. And when shared, our stories help us identify those decisive moments in our lives, those moments that propel our lives in new directions, moments that transform and rewrite the rest of our stories. JeeHyun faced just such a life-changing moment when he realized his dreams were starting to fly further and further away from what he thought his life was supposed to be. Listen as JeeHyun tells us how he learned to fly.
When do you feel free? Freedom from day's work? Is it when you fall asleep? Is it when you get off of work? Is it when your husband is at his job? My wife, for instance, it's when she still has money left over after she finishes her online shopping. When I was a young boy, I thought I would feel free if I could fly. And because I like to draw, I would often draw myself flying through the sky. In my drawings, I would fly like Superman with a cape, or fly with an umbrella or balloons. It's a relief that I actually did not believe that was how you fly. With my childhood dreams of flying, I grew up to having a career in the military. I really didn't have that many choices. My father was in the military for 38 years. My brother liked to draw also, and he graduated on art college. But afterwards, he became a career soldier. Seeing what my brother chose, I quickly decided my career. While in the military, I realized something. I realized that there were soldiers that could fly. I applied to become a helicopter pilot. After becoming a helicopter pilot, I was also had the privilege of marrying my first love, whom I had been dating for 5 years. In many ways, it felt like I was above the clouds. It isn't easy having a career in the military, but being able to fly and newlywed life was just amazing. It had been my 7th year in the military. I discovered myself going to work in the early hours of the day and getting off of work in the late evening, and even going to work on weekends. The only image I got to see of my children was of them sleeping. And my children's image was of me asleep. The feeling of freedom that I felt flying was slowly disappearing. I started to live day to day with a vague expectation. If I can bear 20 more years, maybe, just maybe, I can finally be free. Then one day, I was introduced to USANA's business opportunity from an acquaintance. Out of many benefits of the business, 2 were the most intriguing to me. One, that there were not specific working hours, and the other was, if I built a fun business, I could have more free time. For 3 months, I reviewed and researched it and concluded it was a great opportunity and recommended the business to my wife. I told my wife, this could be the opportunity to change our lives. But because I'm in the military, I cannot do business myself. I want you to do it until I can retire and join you. And this was my wife's response. Why should I? She has been playing the piano for a living as as a pianist and an instructor over 10 years. For her, USANA business was very unfamiliar. For a year, I begged my wife to consider the business. Over a year of recommending the business to her, she gave birth to our third child. Because you just can't leave recommending the business for over a year, right? My wife decided to try the business before giving birth, and consequently, her first partner was from the postnatal care center. I can still remember my wife explaining the business to her with a swollen face. The fact is, my wife decided to do the business after seeing our family get healthier over the year. USANA has helped many people I love get healthier. After being in the business for 4 years, the income from USANA doubled my salary in the military. And I was able to retire with ease. I still have friends asking me how I could give up such a great career. They usually make this wry look on their faces. But conversely, I worry about them because within 20 years, they would have to retire or give up their career or jobs. So, you see, my childhood dream to achieve freedom through flight has now become a reality. USANA has allowed me and my family to soar to new heights, and now we enjoy true freedom. The freedom to spend more time with my wife, children, parents, and the people I love. This freedom isn't just for me. There are many people who are experiencing the same freedom in USANA. And just like the countless stars in the sky, there will be many more. I love the work, the life I live, and sharing the health and freedom that USANA has given me and my children and my family to others. I want to sincerely thank Dr. Marvin Wench for taking the first flight and creating such a great opportunity in USANA. The work that we do is irreplaceable, and it holds a value that is irreplaceable. Thank you, USANA!
Life's pressures and challenges can make us or break us. It's our choice. Never let a cruise chose to face these unexpected challenges with conviction. Armed with cleverness and perseverance, Levin was able to push his way through a very deadly path until he discovered an opportunity that would transform his rocky life into something of much greater value.
Hi, I'm Levi de la Cruz, and I'm the youngest among 4 siblings. It was during my elementary days that my life was good. School, play, eat, and sleep, and just that. And I could not feel the challenges in the family because my father, a seaman, well, he provided us with a comfortable life. But I remember my parents reminding us often to study hard because if not, we might end up being beggars in the street. My mom, she taught us to dream big. She said, if we study hard, we can have everything we wanted when we grow up. A big house, nice car, cool clothes, travels, and all the perks. Back then, I looked at life as one easy thing because I had the money. What I didn't know is that someday, I would actually be in a diamond business. But before that would happen, life would take an unforeseen turn. In an unexpected situation, my father got sick and he lost his job. He suffered from a nerve problem and he had an operation. The savings of my dad got drained, and still, I could not understand why we can't spend the way we used to. You see, we barely had enough. I was wondering if I can still go to school and eat the same thing. Good thing is that my brothers and sisters, they were scholars, they were smart. But the sad thing is, I am not smart. But I think I'm clever. So I started to think of creative ways to pay for what I needed. I applied for a musical group named Pangkagkawayan. They offered half scholarship. I played the marimba. I worked part-time as a jeepney barker just to have ample amounts of money in my pocket. But there are still many times that I did not have enough money left for fare. So I have to walk many kilometers from my house to school and back. I even came up with the idea of writing homeworks for my classmates in exchange for meals. I told you I was clever. But I will not forget the ragged shoes I wore for 3 years. I feel no comfort wearing them, but I have to. Every step I take, I can feel the nails piercing through my skin. I got bullied a lot for wearing my suspending pants. It was too old. I used trash bag as a school bag. My brothers and I, we worked as a porter, just to help with expenses at home. Often I carry 40 to 50 kilos in my back, from the warehouse to the truck. I was 13 years old. I wanted to complain. I can see my friends and other children, they were wasting time playing, enjoying good food. They do not work unlike me. But I count on nothing. I counted on nothing. But I hold on to what my siblings told me. Levy, never complain. You cannot go and eat and go to school if you don't do this. And then I told myself, but this will not and will never be the stage of my future. So we worked hard, and my sister, she finished her degree, and she was the one who sent me to school. Every penny I asked from her made me feel so embarrassed down deep. Because she could have used it for her personal things. She chose to share with me. So I went to the University of the Philippines College of Fine Arts without even understanding how costly it was. The materials of my classmates were of the best quality, but in my hands was incomplete set 12 peso worth of colored pencil for kids. But every time I drew, I always think about the archer is more important than the bow. You see, it's our skills, not the medium, that creates our masterpieces. And after 4 years, at last I finished college. And I thought it was the start of a better life. I could have a better job. I could have a good job. I could provide better with my family. I could start to take back the dreams that I had before. The big house, nice car, clothes, travels, and many more. But the pressure and challenges continued. I work as a 3D graphic artist, a senior project manager by title. Sounds good, right? Right? But it was as stressful and unrewarding as before. And I just told myself, At least this job is better than being a porter. I would sometimes spend a week in the office without going home, just to finish projects and meet deadlines. 2 to 3 hours of sleep, if lucky. Sometimes several days of no sleep. Pressure? Yes. I was 30 years old when I started to realize I haven't achieved nothing. I was getting old too fast and achieved nothing. I was about to give up when USANA crossed my path. A friend called me and asked me to meet up with her. And I thought it was just a simple chat, but it ended up with a product and business presentation. A kidnap of some sort. I was so negative, so negative. Every word the presenter said, I rejected it in my mind. But what lingered in my mind was, what if my friend ended up being rich and I did not join? I would probably end up crying. So I reluctantly joined. However, it took me actually a month to try the products. I kept the products well hidden in the office cabinet, because I was too afraid that people would learn that I was doing USANA. I was really hesitant at first because I thought that network marketing was not my cup of tea. You see, in the Philippines, many used to consider network marketing to be a scam, and a lot were too afraid to take it. When people learn that you're actually doing it, they have this tendency to step back and avoid you. But there was something different about this company USANA. The company was so established, the products were built with great sciences, and it has an unmatched reputation for being ethical, right? Am I correct? And I was so lucky to have persistent and very patient uplines who pushed me to go to the office, even though I didn't want to. I started to have a better perspective in life. And before long, I caught the vision, the full potential, and the value of what I had. And I was so excited to share what I had found in others. This is how I came up with the diamond business. Not buying or selling diamonds, but creating them through USANA. You don't believe me? Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, as of this moment, under my umbrella, I already have 1 3-star diamond director, President Award recipient, Lawrence and Preciosia. 2-star diamond director, JeeHyun. 2 1-star diamond director, Richard Tan, Benjo, and Michelle. 6 diamond directors, 3 annual directors, 38 to be directors, and 182 co-directors. Friends, my life has changed as well. Since those early difficult days, I have not only restored my good lifestyle, but exceeded many times. Because of USANA, I have traveled numerous countries for free. And because of USANA, I was able to buy a Toyota Fortuner and a Ford Mustang in 3 years. And because of USANA, I now have the ability to help others achieve their dreams. And because of USANA, I now have the time and take good care of my parents, which is one of the most valuable things a person can possess. I've since learned that life is beautiful. Valuable diamonds are created under intense pressure and heat over a long period of time. Looking back, I can see my life has been like that. I now look at challenges and pressures as opportunities to turn into something great. You and me, we are diamonds! Thank you, USANA! Thank you, Dr.